I personally have threatened to beat up a 10-year-old in a drunken stupor at a Bills game against Jacksonville.
Hi, and welcome to Buffalo's pregame show for Week 3 preseason game. Alright, Week 3, last two games. Guys, can you tell me what's going on?
Well, first game against Chicago, the first teamers look, not too bad, especially the defense, they look good. Offense, not as good. Second and third teamers just sucked.
Nakia, back for Week 3.
Week 2.
This is her first week here, Week 3.
Okay.
And preseason. So what did you think?
I kind of agree with Justin. The defense on, what was that, Saturday?
Yeah.
They didn't look too great. Even the first team. I don't think either first team defense or offense looked too great. I will admit I only watched the first half because after that you don't know who's on the field. So at that point, who cares? So the first half it was like, okay, they were okay, but it still seems like we have way too long of a road to go.
I really think that's true also. I mean, well, during the power rankings that they said the Bills are last, I don't think they're that bad.
No.
But that game, even though the Broncos showed all their blitz backs, just like you were saying earlier before we were talking about the show, before the show, that they are just way far behind in the offense and losing Lee Evans and all this stuff. Their offensive line.
Here's just the whole thing though. It takes longer for an offense to gel than a defense, and those missing OTAs do hurt. Especially when you have.
Well, what are you doing getting rid of your best receiver?
But that doesn't mean crap when your line isn't blocking.
But
it doesn't matter when you have.
Yes,
no
but if
line.
you have a good receiver that. He can go up and
you can have Larry Fitzgerald and Santonio Holmes as our two receivers.
Because that guy's going to make a play for you.
You're just going to throw and guess what? The quarterback's going to get killed. Or your running back's going to get killed because they can't run the ball.
I disagree. Whatever. Okay. Sad news for this pregame show. This is probably going to be one of Justin's last shows. He's working a lot, and we don't just hire anyone on the show to be an analyst. We need to show you the package, or the way we hire people. It's very intricate, and here you go.
Hey, Justin can't do my show anymore. Do you want to do it? Sure. Cool.
Great interview process. I thought so. All right, now we need to welcome our newest member of the show, Randy Williams. How you doing, Randy?
I'm well, thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
All right, now we introduce him to the show. Let's talk about the Jacksonville game. What do we need to see from the whole team in this first, the Bills season opener, or preseason opener?
Home opener.
We'll start with Nakia.
I think we need to see, are we going to have a consistent O-line? I've always been a big fan that we need to have a great O-line, and I've never thought we've had a great one in a really long time. So I really think I need to see who's actually going to be the starters on the O-line, and are they going to stay together? Because if they don't gel and if they can't protect him, then everybody else is really, it doesn't matter what anybody else can do if they can't do their job.
I agree. Randy, what do you think?
I want to see a full stadium full of families having a good time, fathers and sons enjoying hot dogs at the game, because this is the only game where they're really welcome. I personally have threatened to beat up a 10-year-old in a drunken stupor at a Bills game against Jacksonville, no less. This is the time for the kids to get out. It's an affordable game and go have some fun, introduce the game of football. For the next 7 home games, it's not such a friendly environment at Ralph Wilson Stadium. As far as on the field's concerned, no injuries. I could care less about this game.
I agree.
What, is Fitzpatrick going to lay a bigger egg than he already has? No, it's not going to make any difference. He's the starter. Let's just have a good time in Buffalo and enjoy a beautiful, sunny day.
All right, Justin. What is your thoughts on this Jacksonville game? You're going to this game, right?
Supposedly. We'll see about that.
Okay.
How the hell do I follow that? Honestly, I agree with Nakia. You got to see how the offense gels. You want to see if the defense does better. Is Merriman going to be in? Is Roscoe going to be in? Is Donald Jones going to be awake from his concussion or whatever he had? want to see how that all comes to play, but really, the only thing I think would be nice and that we need to see is some offensive output. That's it.
Well, going into that, why don't we just transition right into our next topic, our second wide receiver. Thinking about the offense, what are we going to do? We got Steve Johnson. Who do we got? Kia, go ahead.
I honestly don't know. We had Donald Jones. Like you said, we have to see if he's going to be awake. We haven't seen Roscoe Parrish since when?
Last year when he got hurt.
This is a bad situation.
I don't know who else is after him. I don't know any other receivers. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but who else is after those three?
Well, you have Naaman Roosevelt. Yeah. You have David Nelson, Marcus Easley. Kamar Aiken, who actually has looked
I hope Marcus Easley has a breakout season.
I hope somebody has a breakout season. I don't care who it is.
They're going to have to.
It'd be nice to see a big guy like Aiken or Easley get that, especially Aiken because he's a fast guy. He's a burner too.
Yeah. All right, Randy.
I think Stevie Johnson should be our second wide receiver. We do not have a number one wide receiver on this roster.
Yes.
I understand that Lee Evans was a distraction in the locker room, that he was always whining on the field. Officials were constantly badgering him and giving him penalties. We had to get rid of him, right? So I challenge Buddy Nix right here on this preseason to show, turn that 4th round pick into a number one wide receiver. I dare you. We gave up a piece that contributed to our team for nothing. To save money, thank you, Ralph Wilson.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. I think it was the worst decision. Like, you're giving up a guy that you know is proven in the league, and it's going to help your second wide receiver, who was Steve Johnson, do well. If you give up your first wide receiver, who's getting double teamed all the time, it's just going to hurt your team.
Well, to be fair, Stevie was getting the double teams at the end of the season, wasn't
he?
Okay,
well then Lee Evans doesn't get the double team, so one of them has to do good.
Yeah, except Lee wasn't doing good after he wasn't getting the double team. It was Stevie getting the double team the second half of the season.
And he was still doing good.
Yeah, Stevie.
Because you had a 1-2 punch. After that's gone.
Well, that's just it though.
Champ Bailey,
hang on.
Revis Island, it's just gone.
You're not letting me speak. Stevie was actually getting the catches to a certain degree, but his production dropped off when he started seeing the double team. Lee Evans, his production didn't pick up. So
you think Lee Evans was?
Are you
happy they got rid of him?
Honestly,
not happy.
I'm indifferent because it wasn't. Yeah, you are trading productive member, but you know what? At least they got something for him as opposed to. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of somebody that we had a lot of hopes for.
But a 4th round pick.
Oh wait a minute. Let's compare this to Aaron Maiden. We were having high hopes for him.
Whatever, Aaron Maiden.
He got a sack, forced fumble.
Yeah, he did actually, but at the same time, we had high hopes for him. What did we get for him?
He's a 1st round. That has no.
We still got nothing for him though. At least we got something for Evans when
Mike Williams.
I just think you can get more.
Mike Williams, another
Randy
1st round
Moss only got a 4th round pick when he was traded last year. So it's not exactly that easy to trade a wide receiver.
I think Evans had more tread on the tires than Moss did.
Lee Evans at 100% is like Randy Moss at 75%.
All right, moving on. Offensive line. What do we think about our changes? You've been talking about this, Nakia. You think that we're getting blown up. Obviously, we're getting blown up. What do you think this needs to be changed?
I don't know. We haven't had a consistent O-line in a while. So
15 years.
Yeah, that's to me that's the biggest problem.
Why don't they draft her?
They have been.
I don't know if I'll draft one. I think we need to find a solid veteran that can help these guys out because if they're not consistent, all the changes kind of makes them worse. They can be an okay line if they stick together, but when you're always inserting people in and out, it's always gonna be. So they need to kind of pick 5 guys, let them work together, let them gel, and see how they work.
But I think
all this in and out is gonna make it worse.
I think it goes back to the injuries, like what Randy said.
Well, here's the whole thing. You had, for example, Demetrius Bell's been blown out the last 2 weeks, but look at who he's faced. Elvis Doomerville and Von Miller, both great rushers. And then the week before, he had Julius Peppers in his face for a good chunk. So you can't exactly say that you would expect that, or you wouldn't expect that. But I don't understand why you're pulling Levitra out when he was one of the better linemen the last couple of years for the team. And on the right side, it's just a mess.
All right. Any thoughts?
don't know if we could possibly do any worse than we did last year. Freddie Jackson getting hit in the backfield before he gets the ball. Fitzpatrick running for his life. I'm not convinced that we couldn't go down to the fruit belt and get 5 guys off the street that would block better. They could give a great new nickname, the Fruit Belt Crop, something like that. It could give a nice Buffalo feel, real feel-good story for the fans.
Well, to be fair, 2 years ago was even worse.
Yeah, touche.
All right. Thoughts on Chandler and tight end? Where's Sean Nelson?
Pine. He's on the pine, and Chandler is just not a good tight end. He's a tall white boy that can't catch stone hands. Simple as that.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think I need to see more from him. He was kind of on and off on Saturday, so I think I kind of need to see more to see exactly if he's consistent. He wasn't terrible on Saturday, but he didn't impress me either.
All right, Brandon.
I try to think back to the last great tight end that we had here in Buffalo. Right? I think Pete Messelars could do as good a job still today than the tight end crew that we have now. Over the past 10 years, the tight end position has evolved immensely. Look at the athletes who play this position. And the Bills, we don't worry about that. We'll just go into every single game with one less weapon than the entire league. It's a shame.
Reamer's was the last true tight end the Bills had that was worth anything.
All right, so how should the pass, Randy, I'll go back to you. How should the run and pass game be balanced then?
It's a passing league. You have to accept it's 2011. The name of the championship trophy is the only true tradition that stands from Vince Lombardi. That run and stop the run formula of championship football doesn't exist any longer. To compete in the NFL, you need more than a mediocre quarterback and a below-average receiving core. Not to mention that the running back stable we have here has an all-star NFL Europe running back and a contender for the biggest bust in the 2010 draft. How's our option game doing? I don't know if the run or the pass is going to be the answer for our offense this year.
Okay. Justin?
Wow.
Nikia?
I'm kind of with him. You got to kind of pick the better of the worst kind of thing. So, right now the run's better than the pass because the pass is just terrible. So, you got to kind of use one to set up the other, so it'll be interesting.
Does the 12 man help?
Well,
the 12 man doesn't help us. 12 man may help our defense, but it definitely isn't going to help the offense.
Yeah. All right.
Up at Rogers Center.
yes.
All right. So now we have a little package that our producer put together for the leaving of Justin.
Hi, Jane. Justin Zane here. All right, rock pile. Justin Zane here. Hi, ladies. Justin Zane here. All right, hi, I'm Justin Zane. All right, hi, I'm Justin Zane. Hi, this is Ryan Fitzpatrick here, and I'm Justin Zane. All right, first and foremost, Ryan Fitzpatrick just did not get it done against Washington's second-string D. Yeah, Fitzpatrick is more mobile, but he does have a noodle for an arm, in my opinion. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not an NFL starter. Top story this week. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the starter. The receivers have actually been playing well since Fitzpatrick took over. You gotta give props for these no-name receivers that Fitzpatrick is heaving the ball to. So,
hi, and welcome to the Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 16 against the Atlanta Falcons. Hi, and welcome to the Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 10 against the Tennessee Titans. Hi, and welcome to the Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 15 against the Fish. What's your idea on this? Come on, let's do it.
Want to see my idea of that? I want to friggin' squish it. Let's just hope Wood is happy. We need a healthy Wood, you know.
Are the Packers Super Bowl bound? A lot of talk about this. Do you think the Packers could go to the Super Bowl?
No.
With us, all you got to do is rush Brett Favre. If we can get a good pass rush going, then I think he'll throw the ball in the ground and intercept it just like he does every other game.
Our producer is really off of his game this week.
He really is.
Special shout out to my ex-girlfriend who said I would never be able to fit in this shirt. Thank you for stretching it out. This has been Justin's Trivia Corner.
This has been Justin's Trivia Corner.
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think you're going to play anywhere near a whole half.
That's a quarter.
I believe you said half of the
Okay, I meant quarter.
yeah. Wave your hand if you're going to touch the ball. If the ball is rolling at you and you're right by the end zone, don't touch it. Get away. It's discipline. It's unbelievable what the NFL allows the Patriots to get away with. Mind you, they're probably still taping other teams and other crap like that. They should have lost all the games from that season and from every other game as well, including those Super Bowls. I think they're illegitimate. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's how we live day to day.
That's right, and hopefully that it will be successful for you, because you know that the job you're in today, or the school you're in today, or the situation you're in today, is going to change.
Oh, it's a very touching tribute for Justin. At least I won't be choked anymore on the show. All right. Now it's time for Randy's season prediction, since he wasn't here for the first show. Randy?
I've deliberated over this a lot, and I've decided that this is either the season of Jim Kelly or the season of Andrew Luck. Season of Jim Kelly because we have the chance to go 12 consecutive seasons, Kelly's number, without a single playoff berth, and that's very exciting. I mean, how many franchises get to put any kind of streaks? They celebrated when Philadelphia lost 10,000 franchise games. But the season of Andrew Luck's more like it. I think we're headed on the fast track to a first overall pick, get that quarterback, the quarterback for the future. Fitzpatrick's contract's up, Thigpen's got one in the future going in, he's making more money. We're not going to be able to keep Fitzpatrick and a franchise quarterback and Thigpen. So I say we're going to go, I didn't think we were going to win 2 games, I didn't think we were going to win 4 games, I'm going to go 3-12-1 for this season.
Oh, okay.
First overall pick.
All right, nice. It's a bold prediction. All right.
Go Bills.
Well, wait, at least you did the 16 games, you know, instead of sometimes, because Justin's done in the past where we had more than 16. Okay, all right, moving on.
10
Let's just let Justin have the last word here. It is his, not his last show, but his last regular, like, because he probably won't be here for every show.
Yeah,
like
I have a wife, I have to work 3 times, or 3 jobs, you know.
The rest of us do, but he's just being, no, I'm just kidding. All right, go ahead, Justin.
Well, it's been fun doing this. I love picking on Jared behind the camera as he's playing around with the duct tape ball right now. Love having fun with Marshawn Lynch over here and this crazy soccer fan from Iceland. Randy, I'm sure he's going to have a great time here. And 2 weeks from now, maybe me, but the rest of these guys will see you versus the Chiefs. Go Bills. Rejected!